Your team is sucking donkey balls. Big old hairy donkey balls. Bouncing, bouncing donkey balls. Your coach is a clown. Your team is sucking donkey balls. Big old hairy donkey balls. While I'm out here stacking paper on my grind, breaking walls, flexing with my crew. Yeah, we never take a fall. Thug life, living right while you bitches just stall. I'm the king of the block. Got my hustle on lock. You be chasing all that hype, but your game's a cheap knock. My hustle's on the rise, your dream's looking like a flop. Talking big, you just a little fish, the shark's about to chop. Your team is sucked, yeah, they ain't got no balls. While I'm out here falling, breaking down your walls. Big old hairy donkey balls, you know I stand tall. Talking tough, but you're soft like a kitten in the halls. In the streets I roam deep, got my pride like a beast. You a feast for my rhymes, I'm a savage, not the least. Rolling with my nig, and we feast like a feast. I'm the lion in the jungle while you're just a little niece. You want the smoke, step to me, I'll put you on blast. Your whole squad's looking weak, like a joke, not a cast. I'm the real deal, baby, you just stuck in the past. While I'm flexing on the daily, always moving so fast. Your team is sucked, yeah, they ain't got no balls. While I'm out here falling, breaking down your walls. Big old hairy donkey balls, you know I stand tall. Talking tough, but you're soft like a kitten in the halls. Ain't no game that you can play when I'm spitting this heat. I'm the one who runs the street, you just follow my feet. Confidence on blast, you can't handle my fleet. While you sucking donkey balls, I'm the king of this beat.
Ain't that complicated? I'm sipping the wine, riding this train to glory. Got my cash on my mind, all the way to hell and back. We don't play, we attack. Fuck 'em all, your team sucks balls. Stay out of my track. Ain't nobody dissing me and walking away unscathed. Smacking off the podcast, we ain't afraid. Rolling in these streets like a king, reaching for the paper until the final bell rings. Up in ya, where the hustle never sleeps. Bitches talking still, but they ain't too deep. We riding that glory, train full of fire. Light away, motherfucker, we're going higher. We're going higher. We're going higher. All our street life too fast, no time for regrets. Dodging all the hate, no time for your threats. I'm clocking my mileage, trunk full of ambition. Every bar I spit, man, it's a street composition. Run the blocks like a boss, never take a loss. All these fuckers in my rear view, paying the cost with me, crew. Yeah, we ride or we die. Got the city on my back, watch the haters comply. Up in ya, where the hustle never sleeps. Bitches talking still, but they ain't too deep. We riding that glory, train full of fire. Right away, motherfucker, we're going higher. We're going higher. We're going higher. We ain't slipping. Hell no, we ain't. Every step I'm pimping. Hell yeah, we say we creep. Podcast spitting fire while these poles are just glare. We the lions of this jungle, so you better beware. So you better beware. Like a goddamn movie, I'm the star of the show. I'm full of ambition, let my true colors glow. I'm gripping on the path and I'm killing the scene. Ain't no stopping this train, just follow the dream. Fuck 'em all, I'm the realest, see the truth in my eyes. While you motherfuckers fumble, I'm the one that will rise. So bring your best game, but I'm calling you bluff. Cause when it's all said and done, man, you ain't that motherfucker. Up in ya, where the hustle never sleeps. Bitches talking still, but they ain't too deep. We riding that glory, train full of fire. Either way, motherfucker, we're going higher. We're going higher. We're going higher.
Everybody wants to scratch an itch, but nobody ever wants to feel this wrath. Does anybody want a bag of rich in the cold moonlight? Everybody wants to smack a ditch. Life's a twisted plot, call it a glitch. Time to flex, no more being rich. Stitches acting funny, man, they switch. Streets are cold, gotta stay thug. People playing games, they pull a rug. Talking big, but they just above. Ballin' hard while they tryna plug. Smack a niche, reality's a bitch. Life's a dirty game, scratching that itch. Every day grind like we in a pitch. You either rise up, or you end up in a ditch. Haters hating hard, but I'm on my grind. Stacking paper while they fallin' behind. Got my crew tight, we ain't never blind. Flexing on the haters, we a different kind. Spit 5 flames, yeah, we in the booth. All these fake thugs just hide the truth. Chillin' with the real, we ain't got no sleuth. Keep your head high, show 'em what's the proof. Smacking off the podcast, coming at you from the downside. You wanna ride or do you running high? Smack a niche, reality's a bitch. Life's a dirty game, scratching that itch. Every day grind like we in a pitch. You either rise up, or you end up in a ditch. Smack a niche, reality's a bitch. Life's a dirty game, scratching that itch. Every day grind like we in a pitch. You either rise up, or you end up in a ditch. Haters hating hard, but I'm on my grind. Stacking paper while they fallin' behind. Got my crew tight, we ain't never blind. Flexing on the haters, we a different kind. Spit 5 flames, yeah, we in the booth. All these fake thugs just hide the truth. Chillin' with the real, we ain't got no sleuth. Keep your head
Snacking off the podcast is preparing for you. Or are they getting high? When will this podcast start? You probably know more than I. Smacking off the podcast is preparing for you. Or are they getting high? When will this podcast start? You probably know more than I. Snacking off the podcast is preparing for you. Or are they getting high? When will this podcast start? You probably know more than I.
Your team is sucking donkey balls, big old hairy donkey balls. Bouncing, bouncing, donkey balls. Your coach is a clown. Your team is sucking donkey balls, big old hairy donkey balls. Bouncing, bouncing, donkey balls. Your coach is a clown. Team is sucking donkey balls, big old hairy donkey balls. Bounce it, donkey balls. Coach is a clown. Your team is sucking donkey balls, big old hairy donkey balls. Bounce it, donkey balls. Donkey balls. Your coach is a clown. Your coach is a clown. Up in the trees, now they're in the air, scaring the kids, spooking the crows. Where they'll at, nobody knows. One hit the barn, made the rooster squawk. Another hit a car, set off the alarm clock. They got no chill, they've got no shame. Each bounce louder than a hurricane. Round and wild, they own the night. Gravity's got no dog in this fight. Spin and tumble, a rebel's creed. They don't stop, they just proceed. Donkey balls bounce, they don't play fair. Up in the trees, now they're in the air, scaring the kids, spooking the crows. Where they'll at, nobody knows. So if you see them rolling by, better duck or at least say hi. Donkey balls bouncing, causing a scene, the wildest show you've ever seen.
Sucky Sucky was the headline when your team got squashed. The other coach laughed and said your team sucks balls. They fucked you hard up and down the field, made you look like monkeys fucking a hole on the hill. Those donkey balls are bouncing on your chin again. You'll probably lose your job before the weekend ends. Hey, 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 I know it might sound gay, but your team sucks donkey balls again today. Sucky, sucky, sucky was the headline when your team got squashed. The other coach laughed and said your team sucks balls. They fucked you hard up and down the field, made you look like monkeys fucking a hole on the hill. Those donkey balls are bouncing on your chin again. You'll probably lose your job before the weekend ends. Hey, 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 I know it might sound gay, but your team sucks donkey balls again today.
Those donkey balls are bouncing all around. Bounce up, bounce up. Those donkey balls. Those donkey balls are bouncing all around. Those donkey balls are bouncing all Those donkey balls are bouncing all around. Those donkey balls are bouncing, making all praise.
Dr. Balls is a presentation of Smacking Off the Podcast.
The balls in the house, what's going on? The doctor knows who's going down. Dr. Balls will know. Dr. Balls, Dr. Balls, Dr. Balls in the house, what's going on? The doctor knows who's
All right, everybody, welcome back to Smacking Off the Podcast. What's up, Doug?
Dr. Balls is what's up.
Dr. Balls, that's right, because we're easing towards college basketball season, which is a magical time of year. And even though a lot's went on, it's really just now kicking into conference play. So we want to give our fans a preview of what's up and fill them in about college basketball at this point, because unfortunately college football is nearly over, even though it's ramped up to a manic degree.
We got to get this basketball thing started, and here in a few minutes, not too long, we'll be jumping into these playoff games.
Absolutely. Now, who else has joined us tonight?
Nikki?
Nikki has joined us. What's up, Nikki?
Well, she was here. She's not here no more.
And Ed said he wasn't feeling good and he couldn't be with us.
I believe Sean will be here.
Yeah, that's right. We want Sean to talk college basketball because he's an avid college basketball fan, and his ability to absorb facts about college football and college basketball is amazing to me, Doug.
Yep. Nikki.
Hello.
What's going on?
Not much. I couldn't hear y'all when I was on the first time.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah, my whole house after the infection, my whole house had the flu. They're still dealing with it. It's been hell the last few weeks.
It's been hell. I've lived it before when it's been hell, but you come through it. When you come through hell, you're stronger, you're more organized, ready to attack the world, is what I'd say.
And I've got, like, lungs of steel with these dang lingering cough. It's horrible.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And we're talking college basketball a little bit here to kick off our season of college basketball, Nikki. And I know you're a big Gators fan.
Yes.
And
We're
the
having
Gators,
some fun with Georgia tonight.
we like it.
We
Georgia
do.
needs fun.
We got them 83-73 right now.
Damn it, Jim.
I guess we got some really obnoxious Florida fans because that's all I'm
Georgia's
hearing.
like the sex doll of the SEC basketball, aren't they?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And they just get passed around, basically.
they do. And every once in a while, they give you something good and then it's gone again.
Oh, yeah. And that's where Tubby Smith came from, Doug, is he had been the coach at Georgia. And I couldn't understand why they hired him, because every time they showed a picture of Tubby Smith back in the days of Jefferson Pilot, right? His eyes was bulged out. He looked mad as hell because he was getting bent over by Kentucky, right?
Mhm.
So I know he had been on the staff of Kentucky, though. But I just thought it was funny. I said, man, this guy, he can't win. He can't turn Georgia around. What's he supposed to do here? But to his credit, he won a natty at Kentucky. So, But what's Florida's
Apparently,
part?
it was those deep pockets and resources up there that made the difference, Bob.
Rick Pitino's bench is what made the difference, because he won it in his first season, right?
Yeah.
And the Rick Pitino's team, which was really his best team, though it lost the championship. So the 97 team was really the best Kentucky team since 78. And they, what happened was Derek Anderson got hurt, who later became a great NBA player. And he was the most explosive player in basketball up to that point. And they also had Ron Mercer. It was Dunkarama. And anyway, he gets hurt, but he recovers. And in the national championship game, Tito decides not to play him, even though he was cleared. And clearly, I just believe that there's no way Arizona would have beat them with him. And if he hadn't been hurt that season, it just been over. Nobody had an answer for him. He was the next guy with that level of explosiveness and guard since Michael Jordan until he got hurt. So that was the team he inherited was the leftovers, the bench of that team. But fortunately for him, one of the greatest point guards of all time, Wayne Turner, was one of the guys he inherited. So he won the national championship, and we revenged Duke all in one lick from the 98 loss, the 92 loss. We revenged Duke in that Final Four and come down from 20 points down to crush them utterly in the second half and win the game. So fuck Duke. He's playing right now, guys. I'm watching Duke Louisville.
What's the score?
The score is 79-66. So who the fuck do you root for in this game, right?
Yeah.
Dude.
I think you got to root for lowly Louisville, Bob. You're not going to, though, are you?
No, I'm not going to.
You're rooting for both teams to go down somehow, aren't you?
Yeah, if it was possible, I'd like to see it happen. But to Duke's credit, They're well coached. They're looking good. They got the Boozer brothers, right? Carlos Boozer won a championship at Duke in 2001. A great player on a great team, and his boys look good. Caden and Cameron, and they're rolling this game. Duke was down for a long time in the game and to Louisville, but they came back in the second half and basically forced Louisville to take bad shots the entire second half. And credit to them for being one of the best teams in the country, but they are not. So you all want to talk about the top 25 for a second? See what we got here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I haven't even looked at the top 25.
Well, right now, Penn State giving Michigan a run, 73-70 with a minute left in the second. And
Yeah.
Michigan got pretty heavy throughout the game. Penn State just kind of found a way. The other one to keep an eye on was Louisville and Duke, of course. And I'm excited. We have Texas Tech and Texas, which is a top 25 matchup tonight. We got our Texas Tech and Houston. Houston 7, Texas Tech 14.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know what Alabama looks like this year. I have not watched them yet.
They're not bad. They're at 13, Doug, and they just knocked Kentucky out of the top 25.
Oh,
So that's so they're a serious basketball team. I don't know if they're the team they were 2 or 3 years ago, but they're looking really good and they're well positioned. As believe it or not, Vanderbilt is ranked higher than Alabama at 11, which is interesting. And other than that, the SEC isn't well represented in the top
Which
10 and all.
I did. I expected a year after championship. We went through it. Even with Donovan, a year after championship, it's rough. They don't look the best, but they don't look the worst either. I feel like that they could make a decent run, but it's not the prettiest right now. Michigan is fierce.
Michigan's got it all. I mean, they got talent. The coaching is good.
Ooh,
I mean,
it's 70.
God damn it! We'll never hear the end of it if Michigan goes all the way and wins this shit.
Ed's already said it
He already said what?
on the show. He slipped that in there. What, about 2 weeks ago, Nikki?
Did he
Yeah.
say that Michigan was going to win it all?
He thought they were.
God damn it, Ed! He ain't even fucking here.
Ed
But-
ain't even here.
It's 73-72 right now. So, Penn State's 1 point. It could, they could get that. I don't know. You got some teams you just didn't expect this year.
Man,
Jordan.
normally I couldn't pull for Penn State or Michigan in anything, but
No, I can't either. But
I mean today with what I'm hearing about Michigan, then I'd come on Penn
That's
State. God damn it, Penn State. I'm Penn State all the way. God damn it.
that's me.
All the way, he says.
Yeah.
And they can both take warm showers in the wee hours in the morning. And then it's all about those programs. I wonder if that transfers to basketball from football the way that they have.
Absolutely, they should.
I mean, with the Michigan schools, not just Michigan, but Michigan State, all of them, it was like all their sports at one point they were dealing with that. So, yeah, I think it's just a roundabout. That's just something they enjoy.
Now, as somebody that has experience in drill instruction, I believe I could have found out Jerry Sandusky quickly, right? I would have braided him, at the level that he needed. And then, if he looked at me or smiled at me, just like every good drill instructor, I asked him if he wanted to take showers with me in the wee hours of the morning. And then when he broke, that would have broke him. So I would have known right there, this guy right here, prison for him, man.
What is it's coming out in Texas, and it's probably all over, but of course I noticed that they're like really big on it right now, like weeding these coaches and staff out at high school levels. They just had a big shakeup at Salina High School. Their head football coach's son, which was an assistant coach, put cameras in the locker room, and not only did his father, but also the AD. They all tried to hide it and moved him to the middle school level.
Jeez.
And so it's been like crazy. And then since that happened, it's been like one after another. They're weeding them out left and right.
People are going to prison, Nikki. That's what they need to do when they act a fool.
And this has been going on for way too long. And the guy in Virginia that's still a fugitive, their high school football coach, the FBI was coming to talk to him, and he went completely missing.
Yeah, that was insane.
All over. It's horrible, but I'm glad they're getting to the bottom of it.
It's like Sodom and Gomorrah. Now back to the top 25. Arizona's in the AP top 25. They're number 1, and in the coaches poll, they're number 2 to Michigan, and Michigan's number 2 to them. Now Arizona's looked really good, and they've played really tight, and they've got some talent. But I'm excited to see what they do the rest of the season, because now that they're in the Big 12, the Big 12's a hell of a conference. I mean, they're strong. If you look right now, the Big 12's got Arizona at number 1, Iowa State at number 3, Houston at number 7. So I mean, that's just in the top 10. Texas Tech at 14.
And I feel like they're going to just go higher. They reloaded from last year, so they're going to be right back towards the top probably pretty soon.
Oh yeah, you can look at what's that?
Tonight will really determine them going up against Houston.
Yes, and that's both some incredible coaches there. Coach Beard at Texas Tech. Then at Houston, you have Kelvin Sampson. I mean, that's some powerhouse coaching,
Does to show what NIL money can do for not just a football program, but an athletic program in general.
Oh yeah. Now you can invest money in basketball if you're gonna get notoriety out of it, right? If you're gonna get the eyeballs that you want out of it, and when you're playing at the level that the Big 12 is this year, you might as well spend that money, is my opinion.
Yeah, and you look at Mark Cuban being Indiana's number 1 NIL, contributor. And his whole thing was, we can put money in basketball, but I want it in every sports program. I want us to be, there at every, postseason, baseball, basketball, football. I want it all. And I feel like they're all following in suit.
Florida's one of the few teams that could do that, Nick. Florida is a program that could do that. USC is a program that could do that. I think Notre Dame could do it if they really wanted it. So it's a rare program can lift the whole ship,
And that's where we're seeing how big of an impact it makes when you have a school like Texas Tech in Indiana that's able to do it in more than one program, like one, not just basketball, not just football. They're doing it around every sport. We're seeing it softball, baseball, basketball, football. They're putting their money in everything.
Now, how much of that money do you think is being held up by college football, Doug?
Depends on what school you're talking about. Or you just mean across the board?
I'm saying for Indiana, for example, right? Their basketball's been down a little bit, but their college football come up just by going to the playoffs last year. They made a pretty good bank.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be pretty balanced at this point.
I think more of 90% on everyone's, because they need more money to go than any other sport. Basketball is pretty much a one and done year. You don't have to put the big time. I mean, Texas Tech just signed, was it Sorsby to a $5 million NIL?
Oh yeah, they signed a defensive lineman too that was a top 5 player as well.
But their shit's also set up right. These players just don't get that money right away. They get an allowance each month, and it is there. That's why you don't see a lot of Tech players transferring. The way their contracts are set up, they get much a month, and it's pretty much they don't see most of it until they graduate.
Yeah, so they've got it set up to where now the schools are learning to protect themselves. That's why we've seen lawsuits like the ones Georgia had and others about unfulfilled contracts and so forth. So they're even actually able to claw some money back here and there.
Yeah, and I think they should be able to in these situations. I mean, you're willing to put up this money, and like Georgia going after them, and I think it was Arkansas last year that said they were going to go after Nico's brother, but they never did. And we kind of hoped they did because we wanted to see what would happen. I mean, they should be able to, if a player can sue the school, they should be able to go after the player as well. But
There you go.
Well,
Breach
Georgia did, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Didn't Tennessee as well?
Yes, I believe so.
And another interesting matchup, Nikki, that you may be in touch with a little bit. TCU at 11-3 and 1-0 in the Big 12 is playing Kansas right now at Kansas. They're up 5-2.
oh heck yeah, we watched. I think it was Saturday or Sunday they played Baylor. That was one hell of a game. We
Yes.
watched it. Yeah, they're actually really, really good this year. The Big 12 is, like I said, they're just stacked all around. It
I
doesn't
agree. I
matter
think they're
what it is, they're stacked.
going to be the most entertaining conference for sure. And not only that, I mean, even though they weren't the most dominant conference in football, they were certainly extremely entertaining. It was great football to watch, and I enjoy watching football for football's sake if it's entertaining. So even though the Big 12 is already out of the big show, their brand of football is entertaining and their basketball is top notch. So I
And
think the Big
baseball's
12
coming-
will be cool.
baseball
What's that?
season to start, and they'll have at least half of their field in the top 25.
Yeah, that's
And
pretty
softball.
much what's going on. I mean, it's going on right this minute. So
I feel
are we
like
ready?
they said we're going to compete with the SEC, not
Oh, yeah.
just a team, but this whole conference is like we're going to find a way to compete with the SEC, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah, they're trying to give it a shot. And then the other conferences are kind of fragmented right now. I mean, if you look at the Big Ten, after them, the next ranked team is Michigan State at 12. And they just had a big loss the other day. And then you have Illinois at 16. Georgia's actually ranked at 18 because I know somebody one of the commenters said they was getting a headache, so we'll give Georgia some credit. And then, but back to the Big Ten, Iowa's at 19. And that's pretty much it. So the top, the bottom, the middle and the bottom of the Big Ten is pretty good, and then the very top is pretty good. But there's nobody really at the top tier other than Michigan.
Yeah, and they're scary. I mean, Penn State gave them a run tonight, so it kind of shows that they can be beat. But they're definitely a team to watch this season.
Oh yeah, well, there's a lot of variables in regular season college basketball too, as far as the home field advantage, the refereeing, because they'll just straight house rook in college basketball. If you watch it long enough, there's plenty of opportunities for the refs to straight up house rook your team. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
And-
we got Duke. That wasn't. That was rough to watch. It was every other time we got the ball. I didn't care what they were calling.
So what's on the horizon, Bob, in college basketball? What can if I wanted to start watching college basketball this week?
This week?
Through next week, what am I looking for?
Well, let's see. So today's the 5th. Let's look at this top 25 schedule. And right now, there's been some good games on tonight, and it's Tuesday. So Tuesday's always a big night for college basketball.
Tomorrow night's a good one for you because you got Vandy and our Bama at Vanderbilt. So that's
Yeah.
11. So that's a big one.
Vanderbilt Bama trying to get ranked above Vanderbilt.
Yep.
Yeah, so Tuesday, let's see what else is on tonight. Right now, I'm watching, Michigan, Penn State. Michigan's up 2, like you're saying. Cincinnati, West Virginia. West Virginia's up 2. So let's talk about the game that would, let's see. I'm looking at their schedule, and it's, I'm trying to get the next day. Where's the next day? Oh, it's today, January 7th.
Would be
Today's the 6th. So let's look tomorrow night and see what's up. I'm on CBS Sports. They've changed
Change the format on you.
Change the format on me. Indiana and Maryland at 6:30 is interesting. I wish Ed was here. He could comment on that. Let's see. Western FIU, Jackson State, Xavier Marquette
Bad.
is an interesting game. And here's one that has more implications than you think, since they both made the tournament last year. Marshall at James Madison
Oh yeah.
at 7 on ESPN Plus. Missouri, Kentucky's interesting. Miami, Wake Forest, Creighton at Villanova. Doug, that's your game, and that would get you keyed in with Sean and what he's looking to get. And then you have Iowa State at Baylor. So far, Iowa State at Baylor and Creighton and at Villanova are my top 2 picks.
Oh, SMU.
Yeah, that's pretty good. SMU
Speaking
at
of
Clemson.
Sean, I don't think Sean's going to show.
Oh, Alabama at Vanderbilt. You can't miss that. That's 9 o'clock tomorrow night. So that's 8 o'clock your time on ESPN.
Yeah,
You can't
Nikki. I think Nikki mentioned that one earlier.
Yeah, that
So
was.
for you-
So
I
that's battle for the top 10, right? For both of them.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
could. And I also think Miami Wake Forest isn't too bad. Miami's sitting at 12-2.
Yes. But the reason that I would watch, if I didn't know what was going on, the reason I would watch Alabama and Vanderbilt is since it's the primetime game on ESPN2, they're probably going to have announcers that's going to ring your ear out the whole game long and tell you everything that's happened up to this point. Like if you watch Jay Billis before the game's over, he'll tell you everything he thinks because they got to waste 2 or 3 hours running the react. Now that's not hard to do. Me and Jason Marks did it when we was doing the play-by-play of that one football game. I can't remember what the game it was. So I know it can be done, and people do it every day, but they got to have content, and so they'll pretty much run you through the whole everything that's went on, what's going on with the coach, what they think Alabama's going to do, where they need to improve. Are they able to implement their running style? And y'all got a great coach, Doug. He's hell, y'all just beat Kentucky. What can I say?
I'm excited.
There you go. And then Vanderbilt is interesting because since they're at Vanderbilt, the floor basically sucks. They got an elevated floor, and it's possible to fall off the edges and the end of it.
Jesus Christ.
Does
Yeah, you
Vandy
didn't know that?
think
Into a fucking pit, right?
other than baseball that honestly that they can like brag home about? I mean, their baseball facility is absolutely amazing, but everything else seems like shit.
So what happens, Bob? You fall into like the gym basement?
Yeah, well, it's like, like if you're going down the sideline, there's like 3 foot past the end line and 3 or 4, not the end line, but the sideline, and there's like 3 or 4 foot, and then below you's like a pit, and that's where everybody's on the bench at and stuff. And the coach, he can get up on the court and pace back and forth, but he's got to stay in the coaching box.
How many times have you seen somebody step off of there?
Oh, a few times. As a matter of fact, Will Purdue was a big 7-footer, played for Vanderbilt, and I see him and Shaq go into there. They wouldn't have a good day, you know what I'm saying? And they went and watered the pit together,
They wouldn't.
All right, so that gets us started. That's an introduction of Dr. Balls, guys.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Now we have to move on to a different shape ball, right?
Yeah, we got to move to college football, guys.
And
The
I'm not
play-out.
talking about the big hairy donkey balls. That'll be coming back when football season comes back around.
Yeah.
Oh, we can use the college basketball too as well, Doug. If somebody truly sucks and shit the bed, we're going to have to point it out in some fashion.
Maybe we at least need to get one team every week.
Yeah.
The way basketball's set up, there's games all week long. So when we come with Dr. Balls every week, we grab the worst performance of the week.
And so we vote out on it throughout the week, and we have that one perfect candidate.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Right. How about these fucking games, man? I can't believe we've only got 3 people on this show tonight. As exciting as this Final Four is.
Insane.
Oh no, Sean. I'm surprised.
I'm wondering if Sean is traveling or something and did not come in when he thought he was going to or something, because I really wouldn't have pictured Sean to miss this one.
Mm-mm.
That's what I was thinking. That he had things of great import and great and high security that he had to attend to. You know.
And he loves Indiana, and I know he wanted to talk about them. So
Oh, he loves them so much. This is
I love the red eyes, and I see you got a big bison head on the Hoosier.
because he's possessed.
yep.
Okay, he is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about. I don't know why
Mhm.
the Hoosiers mascot is a fucking buffalo, or
I had no
bison.
idea.
I mean, but it is. So
Possessed,
That's the
and
first time I ever heard of that.
he changes his. He's possessed. He turns into different people. I don't know that man. I finally found out. Okay, so you know how like Georgia and Auburn, all these people hate. Okay, anyone in NCAA really couldn't stand Nick Saban. I love
Right.
Nick Saban. I'm like the weirdo, but they couldn't stand him. He was the Antichrist. He was absolutely that. That's how I feel about Kirk. That's how I feel about him. There's something about that man that's just off. At least Saban was able to have like emotion. This man is like dead on the inside. He sold his soul.
you think that's how he's pulling this off, Nikki?
How do you go from D3 to now being in the playoffs without selling your soul? With 3-star players, come on.
Yeah, we talked about that with Landon on Sunday. He don't really have. I mean, any of these. Well, let's see. He's probably got the same caliber of players as Ole Miss has. Definitely don't have the caliber of players that Oregon has, and
No.
definitely don't have the caliber of players that Miami has.
No, and then you look. We watched Mendoza the last few years. Okay, we know what type of quarter was he bad? No, but he wasn't Heisman quality at Cal.
I
And
don't
that's
know
all-
if he's Heisman quality right now, but
I
he's
don't
playing.
even.
He's playing for a great team, and I don't want to call him a field general, or how would you phrase that, Bob? A game manager.
No, I wouldn't call him that. Here,
But
here I want to
he's
give.
definitely not. He's not a great quarterback. I mean, he's not great at anything, but he's really good at everything.
There's
Yes,
one thing that he's great at. It's the same thing the rest of the team in Indiana is great at, and it's an echelon above anybody else left in the playoffs, and that's execution. Whatever they call for them to execute, either he executes it or whoever's in the play executes. They all play their part, almost like Bill Belichick says, "Do your job." So when he comes out of, say, he does a rollout, and he comes out of his rollout, and he expects a guy to have made his break to be in a certain position, that guy is there because he executed and did his job.
yeah. And I love the kid after his Heisman speech and him being a mama's boy, which I know he's Cuban. That's normal in their culture. But let me tell you, every Heisman speech, it is like these guys are still looking for acceptance from their father. Like, I did this for us, Dad. No, it was all about his mama. We don't get that recognition when it comes to, we might be the ones that are taking them everywhere and doing everything, but they still are looking for that dad's approval. So for a mom, that was awesome to finally see one of our players really make it about her. So he became one of my favorites just because of that.
There you go. She
So
brought him up.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just commented. What was you gonna say there?
I was going to say my biggest question right now is: can either of these other three teams, can any of them beat Indiana?
I think so. I think every one of these teams is unbeatable with the right team. And any one of these teams has the right team because we've seen it at some point. It just depends on what team shows up. We've seen Indiana not be at their best and almost lose to more than one team.
Right.
So I feel like the right Miami shows up, they'll have no. I feel Oregon could actually be the one to do it.
You know what?
Oregon-
I'm not going to lie. That's my thoughts on it too. I'm always worried if Bama has to play a team a second time. If we won the first game, it's really difficult when when it's a capable team, the losing team has all the incentive to figure out what went wrong, and the winning team don't know what the fuck to do.
Yup.
Do they come out and do the same thing they did the first time because there's going to be an adjustment? It's really rough on the winning team. Now, can you beat a team 2 times in 1 year? Of course.
Yeah, we've seen.
But I don't know. I'm not going to go ahead and pick Oregon, but right now that's the way I'm leaning, and I'm picking on that one tonight. So,
and I don't like using that as an excuse because I normally will just go with who I think's the better team, but I use that as my excuse with Ole Miss and Georgia just because of Ole Miss is playing with a different type football. They are playing with their hearts on their sleeves and out to prove something, not to the NCAA, not to their fans. They're out to prove something that they can do it without the man that said that he had to leave that school because he couldn't make it to the national championship because he didn't have the, quality players. So they're out to prove him wrong.
Yeah. Well, Ole Miss, I mean, it would seem that they were dealt a bad hand. And it's obviously they were well recruited and well coached at this point. And to the Ole Miss assistants that stayed around through the playoffs at this point, hats off to them. And I think they've done a great job. And
I think they're playing better football out at Ole Miss. I think they're actually better coached.
Yeah, they seem to be way more disciplined because that was one of the things that was ruining Ole Miss in their losses was their inability to play disciplined football, right?
Mhm.
And they were getting penalties and making mistakes at crucial times, and that stopped them from exploiting the talent that they had around them, especially Chambliss. And so now that they're playing more disciplined football, then they can be in an elite championship level long enough to be in these games. And so to me, Nikki, this game, the one with Ole Miss and Miami, is all down to whether or not that Miami is able to impose their will on the offensive and defensive line, right? Or whether or not that Ole Miss has, with their style, makes it possible for Chambliss to have enough time to make decisions. And all that's going to come down to the rush.
100%. And only reason I give Miami the upper hand is I know he hasn't played the best, but he's playing like a veteran quarterback that's been there before. And that's because Beck's been there before. Even if he messes up, he stays, calm and gets back out there. And that's the reason they were able to win, in my eyes. And
certainly.
I give him the upper hand, but I don't think Miami has that chip or that there's a different mental state with this Ole Miss team. And like I said, I feel like it's to prove Lane wrong. They have a few players that said they were going in the portal, and not one of them's even talking about Ole Miss. Some of them's already committed. They're still going to play the rest of the season, at Ole Miss, but they're already committed to like Missouri and stuff. Not one of them's even thinking about going to LSU. They're out there because they're pissed off at him, and that's what they're winning.
It's crazy, isn't it? And they,
the police are there, aren't they, Bob?
Oh, my place! I thought I did think I heard dogs out here. That's why I'm looking over. Here's the other side of my greenhouse.
Bob had police face.
Police face, sticky face. That's what.
Greenhouse. As he's looking at his greenhouse.
Yeah, that's what this is.
You don't have a greenhouse, do you, Bob?
Yeah, I'm in it right now.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Yeah. Well,
Greenery, Bob.
Yeah, it's like a little greenhouse, and we call it the smoke room. And the carbon dioxide and stuff off from it, feeds the plants from me sitting around here smoking.
Yeah, I never thought about that. That's wise thinking there, Bob.
It is.
Oh yeah, waste not, want not. And see, I have to keep the room warm anyway, even though we're having kind of a warm spell. And here that's pretty interesting for us this time of year. It was in the 60s.
Absolutely.
And what's it like for you guys, Dag?
Right now, it is 57 here in Birmingham. Tomorrow, I think it's going to be almost 70 high. We're getting into the 70s a little bit this week.
Yeah, we've been in the
Yeah.
I think it cools down again this weekend at some point.
Yeah, Sunday's the day we're supposed to all change over. We're supposed to have catastrophic thunderstorms from
You know what
down
this is?
your
This
way.
is freaking global warming. This is all Al Gore's fucking fault.
It is. It's 82 in freaking Texas. It's
It's Al
still.
Gore, man.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's,
he's heating this motherfucker up somehow or another.
but I
With
don't
his
want to.
jet.
Don't. Let's not jinx it because I'm enjoying not having a frozen winter.
Well, that's
I've been-
coming back Sunday night.
It's good for a change. Yeah, it's definitely coming back. So yeah, these games, man.
My thing is Oregon. Okay, so this Oregon Texas Tech game. I'm sorry. Texas Tech did not play like Texas Tech did all season. I do not know what team showed up. It was completely weird. But they still were able to hold Oregon because offense couldn't do shit. Their defense was still able to at least do something. That's what's making me question Oregon beating Indiana. I don't think Indiana has as close of a defense as Tech, but I do believe they have 100 times better offense. So they're going to
Well,
be able to
Indiana's
put up.
defense has been steady. It's been steady. It's made big plays when it had to.
Yeah,
Yep, and they're almost impossible to run on.
and I feel like they're going to be able to slow Oregon down, and they're not going to be able to put up those 14, 16 points, straight by.
So my sentimental favorite here, the team I'm pulling for it's obviously Ole Miss.
Yes.
I don't know why, just the way that the whole Lane thing came down. It just seems to me the most interesting. And I know, and Bob, you're right. If Indiana winning it, it's like Vanderbilt or Northwestern or a team like that winning it.
I think it's lower than Vanderbilt. I mean, they haven't won a bowl game since the 80s.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, they've been and won some bowl games. Like, we're talking about a nothing team for
Yeah.
a decade.
They've been awful for a long time. I mean, it's the most amazing turnaround in the history because the college football isn't really built for turnarounds. It's built for blue bloods to stay blue and to keep dominating and chalk to rule, right? That's what college football's script has been for a very long time. When other teams tried to break into it, they usually lost, And occasionally the 1A or the 2B or the 2A, the 1B or 2A teams like Auburn get to sniff a championship, but in general, it's made for the Ohio States and the USCs and Alabamas of the world to stay on top. But now with the new landscape,
No, it's not going to go like that anymore, Bob.
They can't.
You're going to see those teams, but you're not going to see them consistently. You might see a blue blood involved consistently, but you're not going to see 3 or 4 blue bloods
Does
at a
it
time.
open people's eyes that now that everyone can pay players, that Alabama, Georgia's, and these other schools are not making it to the national championship? Like, we know they were paying players before. I think all schools were actually paying players just on different levels so they didn't get caught. But it's like now we're on an equal playing field, which is what
It
we've
seems to
been.
be shifting a little harder.
Yeah.
It seems to be shifting a little harder every year
And each
to
year,
a chaotic environment.
it is. And these schools that honestly we never thought would be doing anything, like Vanderbilt, Indiana, they have money, they have backers, so they're finding a way.
Mhm.
And it's not just going to be the same for each year. I think we're seeing kind of that shift every year. It's getting harder and harder, and the playing fields are getting. But there has to come a time where there's some type, not a cap. There has to be some stipulations, something, because you have teams out there that are going way over 30 million on a roster, and they're doing every with 2 players. At some point, as to why we keep fighting, we need a commissioner so some type of stipulations put in place that if it comes down to like going back to the old way of the transfer, you have to set out for so long, or something has to make it less to where a player's just going to up and leave when he's not getting the playing time, or he doesn't think the next season his team's going to be as good. So he's going to go somewhere else that he thinks is going to be good. I think there has to be some type of something put in place.
Yeah, they've got to change the transfer portal date until after the college football playoff. It's that simple. Whatever it takes to do that is what they need to do, and then because it's causing some real problems for college football, and it's causing some problems like the whole Lane Kiffin thing. Coaches want to leave before a certain time, and I think there ought to be it ought to be put off till after the college football playoff.
Has to, or something has to happen to bring it down a notch. And maybe a cap does need to be put in place. We have schools that are having no issue paying 30+ million on a roster, and because they won't sign this, CSC, so they don't have to have the same regulations with the NCAA. And in the schools that did sign it, every NIL has to go through them. What player is worthy of what money, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. So something has to give. I mean, look at the teams that are in the Final Four right now. Look at how many are transfer players. All 4 of them's quarterbacks are transfers. Most of their offensive line, their wide receivers, they bought these teams from the portal. They didn't develop them.
That's true. Even though they have, this is the second year for Indiana, there may be some players that were developed, but in the amount of time they had to make a cohesive team. So here's what is interesting about, of course, we can't say this really about Ole Miss, even though it happened for them under a different coach, but they were able to build a cohesive team out of basically a new group every year and put them in the national championship contention.
And that's what's going to continue happening until something, if there's a cap space, if there's stipulations with transfers, you're not going to have to recruit players anymore at all. You're just pretty much recruiting them off someone else's team, and all you have to do is watch video and offer more than what Georgia, Ohio State, Texas Tech's offering them.
So that's interesting, Nikki and Doug. Both of y'all have made points that now are resonating with me, that if you're in the SEC and everybody gets an equal split, then why wouldn't the team spend the same money on players?
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
That's where there has to be I think we need a commissioner that comes in and draws out how it has to be set up for it to be ran right. And it's like 100%, I believe it should be Saban. He's not just looking at it's also like, because
Yes, Saban's a great choice.
Yeah, he's been there. He knows what these players go through and what they come from and why it means so much for them to make so much money. But he also knows what these programs are trying to build. And you will never be better than the Techs, they'll put Texas over 30 million.
Saban's grounded.
More than that by the time they're done. I mean, they've got 10 million already on 2 players.
Yeah. Yep, that's true. Now, Saban, the reason he's a good choice for it, guys, is I think he's well grounded from his West Virginia background growing up. And West Virginia, there's a lot of poverty, right? And there's a lot of, but people are good. They're just broke as hell. And, he's looking at that. And he's able to understand other people's backgrounds, and that if they fight and work hard and do the right things, that they can get somewhere. So that's all, that he's really looking for out of all this. And nobody really wanted to.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me, Nikki?
Yes, I got you now. You went off. I lost you for.
Yeah, I said I was not part of the broadcast for a second, but I just seen that banner, but I kept running my
It
So
was the government's fucking with you, Bob.
the
Yeah.
government's talking. Or now, are we ready to do the matchups, Doug?
I am.
Let's
I'm
do it.
ready. And like I said, the team I'm pulling for is Ole Miss. It would be to me. It would be awesome. There's a lot of reasons. I mean, Ole Miss. The last time they competed at this level, they had an all-white football team, and that really is their stigma. They haven't done really anything since the schools were integrated, and they were probably one of the last teams to integrate.
Archie Manning days.
Yep. So it's just an interesting thing to see Ole Miss in this position. I don't believe they'll beat Miami, though. Give me Miami. This is going to be a good game. I don't think Ole Miss has the defense to pull this off. Give me Miami 27-20.
I like that. Nikki, what's that, Doug?
And that's where I'm at. And God, I hope I'm wrong.
And see, this is what pisses me off is because this is who I actually wanted in the national championship game, which of course it can't happen. But this is who I wanted because I wanted Beck. I guess that's that hate rivalry for Georgia I have in me. And as much as Georgia hates Beck right now, man, their fans freaking hate him. And at first I wanted Georgia to beat Ole Miss just so that I had that matchup, but I couldn't do it after like kickoff. It made me itch. So, of course, I pulled for Ole Miss, and I think it's good I did because now Beck gets to sit there smiling like, haha, I'm still here and you're at home. As much as you hated me and you've talked shit about me, I'm still here. So I kind of wanted Beck to go all the way just to piss him off. But with the whole Ole Miss situation, man, this is like the Cinderella story of football for me. What they've gone through, there's been so much that could stand in their way mentally from not knowing if their coach was staying and they were still winning. Their coach pretty much calling them out on national TV multiple times saying that he has to go to another school because he couldn't win a national championship with this quality of players. He can't bring in players that can compete, and here they are. So I do have Miami winning, but that's seriously their defensive and offensive line in my eyes, and that Beck has a little bit more experience in this situation. But I have it kind of close. I have it 24-21 Miami.
Well, I'd like to see the Canes win another championship in this century. I think they're the only one of these four teams that's won a championship in this century. Is that right, Doug?
That's correct.
Yep.
And so they win another and continue their blue blood status or increase their argument ammunition. So it would look great. But really the most compelling possible story in the whole college football playoff, or even in recent memory, would be if Ole Miss won and met Indiana in the championship game.
Ooh.
Well, that'd be interesting.
That'd be the most interesting. That'd be the most compelling possible scenario with probably the most eyes on it. Because just as many people hate Lane Kiffin as love him. So Ole Miss gained love from a lot of fans who want to see him go through the end despite everything going on for all the reasons Nikki said.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But on the other hand, I feel that Miami's going to crush them utterly. It's 31-10.
I just want I hate to be that way because I want to see Ole Miss, succeed, but God, that hating me for Georgia. This is fun to watch. Like their fans have literally gone unhinged knowing that Beck is still playing and has a chance to go to the national championship game, and it's not with Georgia. And the reason he left is because he sucked so bad. He was horrible.
Yes, it's true. He's interception daddy. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that can turn the game for Ole Miss. That's the X factor in the game, Nikki, is whether or not Beck turns the ball over. If Beck turns the ball over, then Ole Miss wins the game. That's how they've got to win the game.
Yeah, so I think both of these teams, I feel like Beck's playing with that same chip that Ole Miss is playing with. You know, he's been told nonstop he sucked. That's why he didn't stay at Georgia and this and that. And everyone turned on him when he transferred. And you know, he's kind of playing with that same chip. So maybe we won't see the turnovers from him. But I do feel like that Miami's going to cause a few probably strip fumbles. They've been pretty intense on those this year.
Would y'all say this is definitely the most interesting Final Four we've had since going back to when it was a 14 playoff?
Oh yeah. This is what we've been wanting. We've been wanting.
It's amazing. I mean, you got some interesting shit going down when you have a team that hasn't won a national championship in 25 years. Miami. That's the most boring outcome is that Miami wins this. I mean, in a historical sense.
Yeah, and see, I wish Tech would have won because that honestly would have set up that scenario that we kind of all have talked about is the best from each Big 10, Big 12, SEC, ACC. You got one of each, and they're fighting. And I feel like I hate that they missed it. You know, we missed out on it, but I think we're going to start seeing it a lot more in the coming years, except I think that because of this year and the Notre Dame situation, we're probably going to go to 16 teams.
That makes it less and less relevant, though, when they go to 16 temes. I mean, like you've said before, Doug, something's going to have to give on the conference championships and or the regular season. I mean, that's a lot of games.
There's a lot.
It is.
We're going to
I mean, we don't really need these conference championships. We could have, I don't know who would have been the SEC champion this year. Alabama, possibly. They had beaten Georgia. I don't know. Everybody had one loss. But the Big Ten would have been Indiana. Am I right? No, wait.
Yeah.
No, it would have been a two-way. It would have been a tie. It would have been Indiana and Ohio State co-champs.
They hadn't played in.
Yep. Let's see here. Well, Miami wouldn't have won the ACC, but they would have still got in.
And then Tech would have got in because they were.
Yep.
They had one loss. BYU had one loss, but BYU's loss was Texas Tech.
Exactly. So they would have won the tiebreaker. So, yeah, I mean, we can do without these games. I mean, they did it for years. You can have co-champs. It doesn't hurt anything. You're still going to have – you got co-champs. You're still going to have one that's going to be ranked higher than the other.
Yeah, and
the way that works.
Yeah, and I do believe it's – I hate getting rid of it from the fans' point of view.
Yeah, but I don't think you really get rid of it. You just get rid of them matching up two teams from the conference there, and you probably end up with some play-in games. I think you just end up with another round of playoff games.
Yeah, but then I feel like we're getting to NFL style. We might as well make the first two games of the season a scrimmage anyway, and then we'll put it, that's what college football's turning into.
Well, that'll be a good chance to give some of these little teams a payday, right?
Maybe they need to follow that and then go on to the style of NFL type playoffs. I mean, it's coming down to because in the transfer portal and everyone playing at the same, same field.
So I'm digging this Thursday night 6:30, Friday night 6:30. That's an interesting way to do this.
I like
prime time, baby.
Yeah. So Oregon and Indiana, and this is a Peach Bowl, Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. They're all. Well, Indiana's going completely across the country. Sorry, Oregon is. Indiana don't have as far to go. It seems like they could do this better. It seems like there could be a play. This could be matched up somewhere between these two schools.
Should they have regionals like they do in college basketball?
Something.
Or college baseball, they have regionals.
I mean, because fans aren't traveling like they used to.
And they can't afford to.
Mm-mm.
unless you are a local, because tickets weren't bad for the first round and second round of the playoffs. They were not like insane because no one's making those trips, and it's more the locals that are going to the games than it is the travel.
Right.
You can get Cotton Bowl tickets for $108 a piece.
Oh yeah, that's definitely better than it has been in the past 10 years for sure.
Yeah. And then I'm like, was it just the Cotton Bowl? No, it was all of them. They were like prices. I mean, we used to pay that for a ticket to the Citrus Bowl.
People don't
Yeah.
spend like they used to, man. It's
can't.
not that world anymore.
You can't. And it's the locals that do it because they can drive in and play for, pay the $108, $120, save $200 because they don't have to buy plane tickets and hotels.
Yep.
They just, it's a lot easier.
Absolutely. Like
All right, so this. Go ahead.
What's that?
I was going to say this is a rematch, and Oregon lost the first one at home by 10. I was hoping we would have Sean here. Sean knows a little bit more about this. Oregon was dealing with injuries at that point that they're not dealing with at this point. This is definitely going to be a more complete Oregon team than Indiana faced in the season.
But it'll be a neutral game.
It is.
And I do believe that Indiana had things in the game that they can learn not to do, right? Or to execute better. And they know where Oregon is in terms of where they're strong. But on the other hand, they didn't see guys, right, that Oregon now has. And to Sean's point when he spoke on it earlier, Oregon has probably the most talent left in the playoffs.
I think so.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of people don't realize this. They think that O on the side of their helmet stands for Oregon. But that O is actually for the number of national championships they've actually won. Is what it is.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say this. Oregon's going to win the national championship this year, and they're going to start it by beating Indiana in Atlanta. Give me Oregon. Give me Oregon 21, Indiana 17.
Damn. What are you thinking, Nikki?
I can get behind that. I like it. I would mean that Kurt would have to like sacrifice a goat or something to the devil season or something, Yeah, I can't get behind Indiana. I want to, and I can't. I've seen the same play, same team every single week. They haven't played anyone twice, so they've not had to switch anything up. Now they're playing Oregon where they have to. They can't be the same team that they played them against the first time because they've broken that team apart. They know what to do.
Yep, you're right. That's the problem with these rematches. It always favors the team that lost the first game, unless it's like Tulane and Ole Miss. Tulane wasn't going to beat Ole Miss if they played 10 times.
Yeah, but then I go back to why I don't use it as an excuse, because a good team should be able to change the way they play week in and week out with who they play. So if you play
now it depends on what kind of good team you are there, right? That's where I'm going to interject on this, and that's where I'm going to pick on this. I believe that it doesn't matter what Oregon does. I believe that Indiana's execution is better than theirs, to the point that no matter what Oregon does, that Indiana is going to execute better than them and not only win this game, but win the national championship. And not only that, I believe they're going to make a statement in beating Oregon, and I've got Indiana 38-17.
Ooh.
Wow. I will say this. The winner of this game more than likely wins the national championship.
I can see that, and it's I don't know. Someone asked me today, who do I think wins the national championship, and I said
let me interject just for a second. I want to go ahead and let everybody know after I watch Miami and Ole Miss, I could change my mind on this.
Yeah, that was my whole thing when I was asked. I said, normally I can say, yeah, I feel like Bama's going to win it, or I feel like this one or that. This year I can't 100% say that I even have a feeling on who's going to win it until they play. Because we're seeing, other than, of course, Oregon, Indiana, but we didn't see this Oregon team against Indiana. We've seen a very broken Oregon team against Indiana. They're back to full strength and they're pissed because of that. I do think that talent-wise, they're a lot better than Indiana, and I think that they can make the right adjustments to beat Indiana, because Indiana hasn't made those adjustments all season. They played the same style football all year.
But there was another team in the country that had more talent even than Oregon. And that team was Ohio State, and Indiana beat them handily.
Well, that was,
I wouldn't say handily. I mean, it was definitely a competitive game.
It was better go to the
I mean,
end.
Ohio State could have won the game. I mean, it just Indiana is the most disciplined team I've seen all year. So for them to lose, somebody's going to have to out Indiana, I believe.
mm-hmm.
And I think Oregon. I really think Lanning is that guy. So we will see.
And I think that I think Oregon wins, and I think it's going to be 28-17.
Ow. Nice.
All right, so we won't ruin the national championship segment by picking on anything like that. Like I said, I feel like right now, the winner of this Oregon Indiana game wins the national championship. But after Thursday, I may feel totally different about that.
And see, I feel like right now all four of these teams are beatable, and I just don't know which team of each. We've seen different teams show up.
Oh, Indiana's definitely beatable. They come damn near losing at Penn State, which is one that just blows your mind. But I mean, like I said, they're just so disciplined. This is the best coach team I've seen.
Yeah, because it's the devil. He gave them in, okay.
That's why I gave these guys these mascots red eyes there. I started to just give the Buffalo red eyes, but I was scared that might offend somebody.
Yeah, oh, I see the homage to Adolph Rep there with Maurice with the brown suit.
Oh yeah, I didn't tell it to do that, but AI read your mind, Bob.
Yeah, because what's that, Leaky?
The Rebel, because I was sick of seeing a shark.
I guess what we should have done is we should have what is his name? Colonel something. Colonel Reb?
Yeah.
Okay, so it should have been Colonel Reb, and I should have put a hat with a shark fin on the top of it.
While he's walking.
And a black bear on the where the Ole Miss logo is there.
Yeah, and then having walking Juice, because Juice is really their mascot, I believe.
They don't have no identity. Maybe they'll get an identity if they win it all this year.
No, but everyone has had the damn shark on everything. And I'm like, they're not, they never will be. It's not going to happen. Like, you can't.
They may have to do that because I don't think it's going to be well represented in the national championship to have a Confederate veteran as your mascot.
Well,
you don't think they'll bring out Colonel Reb, Bob?
I think they will because they want to, but I don't think the rest of the country's going to love it.
No, I don't believe they'll do it. I don't believe you'll see Colonel Reb again.
Oh,
unless you're watching Smacking Off the podcast, looking at these fuckers in the supermarket parking lot.
There you go.
Okay, because the Lego guy he made a full Lego of the playoff format, and he did all of the mascots. He had the land shark to begin with, and he got so much shit. When I say so much shit, we're talking 100,000 plus comments. People pissed off that they had the land shark and not the Rebel. So he went and redid it and put Colonel Reb up there. So I think a lot more people's pissed that they don't have him than they are offended by him.
So, Bob, do you think they could switch to Colonel Sanders? Would that fly?
They probably get sued.
Well,
Yeah.
they could strike a deal with Kentucky Fried Chicken.
That's true. They're a global company now, so they could make stuff happen. That might be a good idea for them.
I mean, you got fucking Donald Duck in green right beside him, right?
Yeah, they need to do that because then they could say, well, he's not a Confederate, soldier.
Right. He's a chicken colonel now.
Chicken. He looks the
Exactly.
same, identically the same, and he wears the same stuff. He just has a chicken leg in his hand.
So y'all do realize that the duck from Oregon is they actually Disney licensed it to
Yes.
them, and then now they actually use it for nothing. But
Yeah, that's Donald
it
Duck.
don't look like Donald Duck does now, but it looks like Donald Duck did like 50 years ago.
Did you say Padolas?
Huh?
Your hat, does it say Padolas?
Probably. AI it does some really good work, but when it comes to language and stuff like that, it's retarded.
I think it says
Maybe is his name Puddles?
I think it says Mendoza.
Oh, on the Oregon hat. On
No,
his little
it definitely says some bullshit, Bob.
It does.
It's a nonsense word.
Or maybe it says Minnesota. I don't know. It's something weird.
maybe
Yeah,
his
it's-
name is Puddles
Maybe it's Puddles. Yeah, maybe.
because it rains here
I
all
don't
the
know.
time.
I will say that AI is retarded when it comes to letters and stuff.
I think it's pretty interesting.
Like I designed this. I basically told it to give me 4 mascots, and I told which schools that they were supposed to be. But yeah, everything else is well, it did spell Miami correct on the Miami hat.
It did an
You
Ole
should
Miss
put-
game.
They're at the supermarket too. The AI
Yeah.
super.
I said in the supermarket parking lot, and it literally just made the supermarket called supermarket.
And look, it has a teardrop on his. Is that because they're sad they've never won a national championship?
I think so. Is there?
It's right under the O, kind of like it's crying.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Yeah,
That's weird.
that's
Damn.
awesome.
Who knows? You can't get into the mind of AI because it don't really have a mind. I don't know what it is. It's not a smart. It's I've been fooling with AI now for a few months, and I will tell y'all. Y'all have heard all the shit that it's going to take over the world and all this shit, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah, don't sweat it. It's not going to.
James has been making videos on AI, and he took a meme of Diddy and the president of Venezuela in the jail cell, and when it went to a video, like P. Diddy had full blown everything. Like they took him and made him naked with a wanker and everything.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you got it. It depends on what AI you're paying for, but none of it. I mean, seriously, none of them seem like they're learning that much to me.
No, it's like how many people
Yeah,
ask.
I've got Alexa here, and my Alexa now is AI, and
It kind of makes
sometimes
me.
I'm thinking it's just completely retarded.
It
Did I
is.
say
And people are asking for that though, like for it to automatically do that. Like how many people, when it put into a video out of the picture, asked for it to have that? Like that's what my first mind. Like these people are asking it. That's why it did that.
right?
Like James was kind of freaked out, and I was like, "Well, I'm guessing there's a few videos out there that
We
Goodness.
like that stuff fast. It really just mimics everything that it can reach out and grab in the web, and it does it very quickly.
bottle
Uh-huh.
oil." So I mean,
It scrambles shit up a lot, though.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Oh yeah.
All right, so okay, so no Sean tonight. Fuck you, Sean. Fuck Ed and his back. Just kidding. Ed hurt his back, so our thoughts are with Ed, and maybe he can walk upright by next week and get back on the show.
Yeah.
There
We
you
need you, Ed.
We need Ed. That's right.
And,
So you can talk
And
next week.
Bruce, no Bruce tonight.
Sad
I don't
day.
know what's up with. Bruce has COVID.
Yeah, Bruce said COVID.
Really sick too. I mean, whatever this is, like we tested for the flu. when I was in the hospital, they said, yeah, everyone right now has flu A. Like, no, it's bad. So I hope everyone stays healthy because it's not fun.
Goodness.
All right, so let's see. When will we be back? What's the schedule? Okay, so we got these games coming up Thursday and Friday. I guess we'll be back Tuesday with the Dr. Balls. I think it will probably be too early to talk the Natty game at that point, won't it?
It'll be what the Natty's on Friday, right?
What is?
Is the Natty on Friday?
Let me look. No, it's Monday, January 19th.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
Yeah, it's 10 days from the night. I would guess we will do 2 segments that week.
Do Tuesday and Sunday.
If it was Friday, it would make more sense.
Yeah, right. Tuesday and Sunday. That's what it is.
Yep.
We'll do Sunday, the 18th, to talk about the Natty for the next day.
There you go.
All right.
So everybody should get them some merchandise so they can support their merchandise while they watch the Natty Day.
Yes.
And I'm sporting their merchandise right now along with some Pokemon underwear.
Cool. So be a fan of Smacking Off because you're probably not a fan of Miami, Indiana, Oregon, or Ole Miss.
No,
That's
some
right.
people didn't even know these programs existed.
Exactly. So you can wear ours.
And that's why you should follow Nikki too. So then you'll know about this stuff. You'll be on top of it. And you should like, subscribe, join all of our groups, will become your groups, and fuck your team.
And
Good night,
prayers
guys.
to Texas. Prayers to Texas.
Prayers for Texas?
Yeah. They are going off the deep end over the portal, and Livingston going to Oklahoma.
Oh, you mean the fans? Oh, poor
Yeah,
Longhorns.
prayers to them. I'm sad. So
All right. God bless Texas.
yes.